hear you very well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'd like to welcome you to Clergy Talk podcast. The world wants to know. And if you would, please introduce yourself to my listeners.
Hello, dear friends, and I think we are friends just because Christ united us, and because of Him we know each other. So, my name is Natalie Wood, and I am a resident of the state of Colorado, but right now I'm in Florida, just to warm up a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm a certified personal trainer. First, I became a personal trainer, and then 2 years later, I became a health coach. That was my dream, and this is what I do. So I teach part-time silver sneakers lessons at the recreation center, and also I do have my online business.
Okay.
You can find me on nataliewoodwellness.com.
Okay. So, what are some of the problems you find when you're trying to get people into a healthy lifestyle?
I'm so glad that you brought up this subject, because I think this year and the last year turned upside down our understanding and thoughts about health. We used to live with it like it's something that is granted. Most of the people, I'm good enough. But the pandemic told us you need to be not just good enough. Your health should be in a very good state in order to find viruses, and not only viruses, bacteria, all kinds of things. And we are bombarded with bacteria and viruses every day. It's normal. It's just normal part of life. But please don't think don't get crazy about it. Like now you need to wash 20,000 times per day. No, God knew. He created viruses. He created bacteria, but also He created our health. So the most difficult part for people is to transition from one style of life to another style of life.
I agree.
And what I see is that we are people of habits, and I would tell that most of us are kind of married to our habits. In other words, it's very hard for us to turn and try something else unless we are forced or some kind of circumstances put us in the situation, well, I need to decide what I'm doing here. And most people make good changes only when they lose health.
Yep.
So this
That's
is the
true.
problem. And it's up to us, especially Christians, to understand that we don't have to go to that degree to lose in order to understand the value. We can do things earlier.
Right. I know I eat too many hamburgers, so that's not good.
You know about it, and you know how hard it is for you to give up. For example, imagine if I tell you right now, do you know, how about from today and further you will eat kale salad instead of your hamburger? Maybe once, but I mean, I have eaten it for many years, and you want me to switch? So always think about yourself. Your lifestyle is a huge ship. And some people are like small boats. They can turn and go where they want to go, but most of us are big ships, especially if you were raised in the United States.
Right.
So you were implemented certain ideas about food, that food is everything that's edible, which is not.
Right, exactly. So I do like salads. I probably need to eat more salads. I know I don't get enough greens. I probably need to eat more green vegetables too. So, but I do make a fruit smoothie every now and then.
That is already a great step. So my goal as a health coach, not just to tell you do this, not that. First of all, I need to listen to you and understand where you are in your season of life.
Oh, okay.
Your family life, your activity, busyness. So maybe you're not ready for big transitions, but all changes happen with small steps.
I agree.
And I like this analogy, like again about ships. When you change the course, just for 1 degree, you will be in absolutely different direction after a while. So step by step, you do it. But the idea is just have a vision, what you want to be, and then turn slowly there.
Right.
Plus, I also think that another big problem, but actually they're connected, is motivation. Most people don't realize how important motivation is. It's like an engine. If you don't have motivation, then how can you change? I always ask people, tell me, why do you want to be healthy? Oh, well, like, it's good. Good for what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do with your life? And then they hit the wall, because especially if you're a non-believer, really, why do I want to live? I mean, why do I need to struggle to change my lifestyle and so on? Enjoy your life. Eat whatever, die. Anyway, you're going to die.
Right.
But why I'm so passionate about us Christians is because we have a mission. We are God's ambassadors.
Yep.
And health is given to us as a resource to do the ministry. It's like when, like many other resources, money or material possessions, they're all resources that are given to us to live godly life.
Right.
So if we strive to manage our finances well, then why do we neglect health? And the idea is, well, maybe I do not neglect, I do good enough. You need to learn how your body functions. It's like to learn a car that you're driving. Yeah, you can sit in and go, but it's better to know what kind of gas to put there, or that and so on. So this is the point. And my key verse for Christians is from Corinthians, that God told that this body is his temple. It's the temple of the Holy Spirit. Just understand this. Do you know, all this doesn't actually belong to me. It's something people see, but it's God's resource. So I need to take care about it, like about a temple, God's temple.
Right.
So here is the motivation. The motivation is to be good ambassadors in good shape, and also to take care about God's temple.
Okay. So did you always want to be a health coach, or is this something that you kind of like fell into?
When I was raised up in Russia and I grew up there,
right.
So I finished the university and I got a degree in economy, management, and I worked for the government and then in a private organization. And I was always interested in health because there was a point in my life, a period in my life when I lost it. And I got really sick and I started reading. I started reading about herbs, what people did for it. I just didn't want to take only drugs and rely on them.
Right.
Because I learned at that time that my immune system should function well and should protect me from all kinds of stuff. Then this is how all it's kind of started. And my mom told me, but Natalie, you were like that from your childhood. Like, you can find a recipe for me, Mom. Let's try this with cabbage. So something natural, but then it grew. And when I came to the States, I was a housewife for a while. And then I just decided to get educated, to get a certificate and share with people. But my passion, my idea is mostly Christians, especially Christian women. And I can tell you why. Because women are those who arrange household.
Okay.
And they are those who put food on the table. So she has a lot of power to install good habits in her children. But
That's true.
if she is constantly busy, doesn't have time to think about meals or think minimally, like, okay, we will stop at the drive-through, McDonald's or Wendy's or something. And yeah, it's a decision. But long term, is it good for your kid's brain? Is it good for their arteries? Is it good for you? So this is why I think I need to put attention into women. If they organize their life simply, meaningfully, and healthily, the family will follow.
Right. I agree with that 100% because when mom puts something on the table, you're gonna eat it.
Yes, and even if you don't gonna eat it the first time, the second time, then maybe someday you will come together and you will prepare something together and you will eat that salad made of kale because you made it.
Right. True. Because I think about it, I probably eat everything now that I used to eat growing up because that's the food that I know, so. But if I was to start eating like vegetables and all that stuff growing up and had a vegan-based diet, I'd probably be a vegan right now.
Yes, it's most likely, yes, it is like so. And another point I want to tell, just you see that now it's a big trend everywhere, plant-based, and I think it's wonderful because when you go back to the Bible, still Adam and Eve, they were given plants.
Yep.
God didn't tell them to eat animals. It happened later after the fall.
Yep.
So after they sinned, and not even right away. And first, the animals were mostly for sacrifice. Some Christians, they argue with me and they tell, no, I think they ate animals. I tell, I'm not sure. I just don't see it.
Yeah, they were vegetarians.
I think they lived in such good conditions. There was no need to eat meat. And
right.
When whole environment changed, sin changed not only people, it changed the whole creation. It suffered. And it is suffering still.
Yeah, that the meat eating thing didn't come along till after Noah and the flood. That's when they started eating meat.
That God told that, okay, now and I think when he told that, he knew that we need it. So I think we still need it in small amounts, just because something is there that we need. But definitely it's not something that we need every week, every day. I mean, every day and 3 times per day.
Okay.
I think we can live easily with plants and sometimes fish, sometimes and meat.
That makes sense.
But makes sense. It's a big step.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Where you, for example, you are, or somebody else, somebody's family. And just keep this in mind. Do you know, once I was in Loma Linda, and Loma Linda is considered a blue zone where there are many centenarians, people who live 100 plus. And most of them are believers in Christ. They are Adventists of the Seventh Day, and they are plant eaters, so they don't eat meat. And look, many of them are wonderful doctors who perform surgeries in their 90s. And now when you go south, even like in Florida and some, so different style of eating, and you don't see so many healthy Christians there.
Yeah, that's true.
There is no blue zone in Florida. Even the climate is nice, but still go to Texas, no blue zone, no centenarians, but they have great barbecue and they eat it. So
Right. That's true. I know when I got real sick a couple of years ago back, I went to a very healthy diet because I had to. As soon as I got better, I kind of like, well, back to the hamburgers. That wasn't a healthy choice.
Yes.
But when I needed to eat healthy, I did because I knew it was a part of my survival.
Yes. But now I think you understand it's more than that. Health is one of the resources. And we are responsible before God to manage it well, not just to waste like a prodigal son, but to manage it well. And my approach is, I don't want people to become, especially women, crazy about it, because there is another trend.
Right.
When people put health on kind of pedestal. And they get up and they think about health like something they need to do.
Mm.
The point is, I help women to organize their life. So
Okay.
health is part of their life. But always remember, you're here on a mission. You're here for a while. This body is not supposed to live forever. It will
Right.
never
Right.
happen.
Right. It's going to break
So,
down. Yeah.
yes. And there is that thing, orthorexia, is when people a little bit obsessed with health. And it's
Mm.
easy. It's easy to be obsessed with gym. It's easier to be obsessed with healthy food. Like you
Yeah.
get up and you live for that. Not for us, not for Christians. If we keep our focus on God, then everything is balanced and everything is beautiful in harmony.
That's true. I agree with that 100%. Yep. Yep. So, if you tell somebody, what should the average plate of food actually look like?
Let's tell the ideal, and then let's tell like the transitions towards that.
Okay.
For example, I see what happened with like my husband. When I came here, first he was very much about going out, going
Mm-hmm.
to eat in restaurants and especially buffets,
Mm.
and it was some veggies and then some meats, chicken, fish, or some kind of meat. It's not bad. Plus some starch, maybe rice.
Right.
I tell it's not bad to start, but where are you going? I can tell you this food is very heavy. It won't help you to be an energetic ambassador of Christ. You will
Yeah.
feel like a rock after that,
Yeah.
especially in the middle of the day. Do you want it? The question. So the transition should be more plants, less meat, less animal products, and less starches.
Mm. Oh
And if
man.
you choose starches, then
Yeah.
make them the best. And I mean, no flour, no sugar, but for example, whole grains.
Mm.
If you choose rice, then let it be, I don't know, black rice, or maybe smaller amount but mixed with quinoa. Then if you like, I know some people like rice, they like it. And I
I love
tell just
rice.
mix with some quinoa or mix with some millet. Try different grains.
Mm.
And then eventually you will understand, like try in the evening, I don't want meat. I just want to eat my grains, my salad, or sauteed veggies and avocado.
Okay.
Avocado is wonderful without meat. It doesn't need anything.
Right.
And
Right.
then
Right.
think, oh, I think I feel well in the evening. It was okay without chicken. It was okay, nice. So
Well,
here it is. Make more, the idea grow your plants, but make the rest smaller.
okay. Okay. I eat a lot of potatoes. I love potatoes.
See, I understand you. In Russia, they love potatoes too, and I grew up with on potatoes. There was time in 90s we don't have too much to eat except potatoes, and
Mm.
I went to school, studied. Somehow I survived on potatoes. Potatoes are, from my point of view, it's not something trivial. I know there are some people, they tell keto diet and no potatoes, no white rice, no something. But at the same time, there is a great value in potatoes and even in white rice if they are properly cooked.
Okay.
If they are full of resistant starch. And resistant starch is good for our digestion. And the key of all our health is this digestive tract. If
Okay.
there are good bacteria there, they will fight with all your viruses. So you need to always think, if I put something inside, does it help my good bacteria or does it kill it? Usually bad sources, they kill bacteria.
Hmm.
And potatoes, they feed good bacteria, but you need to cook them, to chill, to cut them and chill, and then eat. So like potato salad, for example, that would be the best
I
with
love
any.
potato salad.
But again, it depends what you put. If you put regular mayo, maybe not. But
Hmm.
if you try olive oil and, for example, apple cider vinegar with salt, with pepper, mix
Okay.
it, And if you don't want olive oil, just replace it with avocados, and you will get this creaminess. But again, it will be chilled, and it's nice. And do you know that potato salad with vegetables is enough? It's just,
Okay.
you feel full, not heavy, and you don't need any meat.
I know I feel good when I eat right. When I eat the right foods, I'm ready to go. But when I eat too much heavy foods, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yes, exactly. So, Michael, tell me a little bit from now what you hear and you know yourself. What do you think is the biggest problem to change? Like, you know what is good,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
still, where is the problem? Is it here in your stomach or is it there?
It's probably in here because, like, when I got real sick, I just went to a real good straight vegan diet. And my sister, she eats a very good, healthy lifestyle, and she was coaching me on to eat the right foods because I needed to. So once I got better, I said, I want me some hamburgers now because I didn't have no hamburgers for about a year. So it was all up in
Mhm.
here. I know better. I know it's not any good for me. Now I paid for it because I gained a little bit of weight.
See, but I can tell you, if you're aware of it, somehow, if you pray God, He will help you. I've heard interesting stories. One man told me that one day he thought about healthy. It would be good to live healthily and change. And he's a minister too. So for him, it was important to be like energetic, to go and do things. And at that time, he could travel. Right now, it's kind of difficult. Uh, and you need health when you
Right,
travel. You need health. Stop 100%. Otherwise, you will get so many bugs. You don't want them.
right.
So, and he told me, and do you know, one day in the morning, he walked, and God told me, "This is my temple."
Yep,
He told
that's
it's
true.
exactly that verse. All of a sudden, came to him, and it's like he heard God's word to him.
Yep,
This is my temple. Take care about it. And from that on, he changed. Not like immediately, but step by step.
right, 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 right. Yeah, that's true. This is God's temple that we're in, and I know better. I know better. So, what are the foods you think we should just stay away from altogether?
I think number 1 and 2 is flour and sugar. If
Okay,
you can turn away from them, uh, that is already a huge step ahead. Flour and sugar.
flour and
And
sugar.
they can come in different variations. Because if you buy ketchup, it can be there. If you buy some Chinese sauces that are pre-made, they usually have flour. And
Right.
flour can, I don't mind like whole wheat flour, but it actually, I think we're okay, especially at the first stages without any flours and baked foods. We
Mm,
can have just plants and something whole. If you want
yeah.
sweet, eat a date, 2 dates, 3 dates from California. They're wonderful. So you won't, maybe it will help you to deal with your
Right.
food. Then the next step, I would start thinking dairy, milk products and cheeses. How to tell? Yes, there are places in the world like Sardinia,
Hmm.
where again many people are 100 plus years old,
Yeah.
and they do eat cheese. But when you look what kind of cheese it is, where it was grown, were the cows in the farms, or
Hmm.
did they have a pasture?
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
is, and you can see a whole different world,
Yep.
how the cows are treated, how the cheese is made. And then look at our cheese in the store.
Hmm.
Yes, if you decide to buy raw organic cheese, then perhaps you're okay if you don't eat too much of it.
Okay.
Although some people
I love cheese.
still want it a lot.
Yeah.
See? But also, when you learn about raw organic cheese, you will
Right.
see, wow, it's pricey. And then
Mm.
you will understand good food cannot cost zero. It's pricey. So perhaps the idea is eat it small, but the best. This is how
that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So I drink just almond milk now. I don't drink regular cow's milk no more. So I drink almond milk and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is the best approach, to switch from regular milk to plant-based. And nowadays there are so good choices: almond, coconut milk, cashew milk, milk with some pea protein. That it's very tasty. It's nice.
Right, exactly. Wow. So I guess breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Is that true?
Yes and no. Why? Because people are different. And some people, they really don't want breakfast in the morning. So you need to know yourself, how you feel in the morning. Like I would tell, most women need breakfast. They function, their hormones are different.
Right.
They need breakfast. Many men can go without breakfast till 10. So if it works for their schedule, maybe it's okay. But I don't recommend it like everybody. Most people, they need breakfast. And if you eat breakfast, make it the best again.
Okay.
And what is the best? I always tell you need protein, fat, and fiber. Good protein, good fat, and fiber. And protein can come from nuts. Protein can come from grains, right? Then fiber comes from fruit and greens.
Right.
Like if you put a few pieces of, for example, spinach, fresh spinach in your oatmeal and cut apple, it's wonderful already. And add nuts, whatever nuts you like, then it's a big step towards health.
I like fish now. Now, what's some good advice would you give to the women who are listening about their health?
My best advice is, women, first of all, make your mind to change your lifestyle for God. And I mean, so that you take care about your health and your family's health. And learn. You can come to me and learn it, but learn how to do small things and how to organize your routine, so that health is not something tedious, but it's just part of your life. Like I have a Facebook page and I called it 5 minutes to feel and love better. Why, you may ask, 5 minutes? Because I believe 5 minutes can change your health dramatically if you do it consistently. You can do a workout in 5 minutes. Just move your body. And I give examples, like if you want, women can go to my website and they can download a playlist of workouts, 5 minutes. Can you find 5 minutes to do something? Yeah, you can, even if you're a busy mom. Then secondary, when you make up your mind, start thinking about making a menu for your family, so that you know ahead what you prepare, what you need to have ready. Yes, it takes time and effort. But when you have a menu for 1 week, it's nice. Make it for the next week and then keep those menus. Then next month, you will go through all this cycle. They will be ready for you. And and then you will learn, like if you learn at least about 10 meals, healthy meals to prepare, they will serve you for a long time. When you learn them, okay, move on and try something new.
I need to do that. I need to do that myself. That sounds like a real good plan to eat healthy.
For anybody.
For anybody,
you know ahead, like if you sit tonight and take about 2 minutes and think, what am I going to eat tomorrow, breakfast and lunch and dinner, and where? What and where, whether it is at home or outside of my home. And if you make a plan, just a sketch, in the morning, okay, I want an oatmeal, how to make it healthier. I can add berries, I can maybe some spinach, I have some nuts.
Right.
Or if you don't have nuts, try avocado. Avocado is good anyway. Then lunch. Okay, some sketch. This is what I can do for lunch. Then you have a plan. Or next time, how about if next Monday, morning, I will make a smoothie and I will put there not just fruit, but spinach and avocado.
Right.
So it's a whole meal in a smoothie. You're
Yeah.
ready to go. And
I'm gonna have to start doing avocado smoothies. That sounds good.
yes, by the way, avocado makes smoothies very creamy, but please add some greens because our strength and our power is in them, not in sweetness. Sweetness is for the tongue. It's nice.
Right, right. I know I don't get enough greens. I got no excuse for it. I need to get more greens. So what's better, kale or spinach?
I think my understanding is variety is better.
Variety. Okay,
Why
I like that.
So because one day have kale, another day have spinach, because our body needs different nutrients and God made different plants for them. Plus different plants, they provide growth for different bacteria, and the more good bacteria we have, the variety, the better we are and the stronger we are in any pandemic. So this is why I'm for variety. It helps your microbiome. What is microbiome? Imagine all bacteria in your body. All this is microbiome. And you need to take care about those guys. So when God told you, take care about my temple, you basically take care about his microbiome, bacteria, and everybody who lives in you, because they work for you.
Okay, okay. So what is the best weight loss advice you can give someone on how to lose weight?
I think first would be step number one, easy, but I mean, it's simple, but not easy. Start drinking more water. And I mean exactly dramatically more. Like the recommendation from official websites is 64 ounces, or count your weight and so on. If you want to lose weight, start to drink more, because you will see your body needs this liquid to process everything that it doesn't need. Water is important for chemical reactions. Then also it will help you with your appetite. It will help you even to change your taste buds, because you will get used to plain taste instead of some Coke or something excited.
Right.
Just plain taste. That would be number one. And then number two, which is important, before you reach and read about food and exercise, sit down and make a list. Where are your stressors? Because extra weight is kind of what body does to protect us with some stress that we take upon us. Yes, God told us, don't worry, I'm with you. No matter whatever you're going through, I walk with you. Still, we respond to stress in a stressful way, too much. And when you see them, pray, Lord, please help me to switch my reaction to stress and feel in life lighter, so that I don't take it so seriously and so heavily.
Good advice. Yeah, good advice.
I think nowadays most of stress is not just because we sit a lot, but because of how we process stress. Life is stressful.
Right. Exactly. Because stress happens to be a big killer. You know, you start letting stuff build up and it starts tearing your body apart. Definitely. So tell me, what's your favorite book of the Bible?
My favorite is James.
James?
Yes, the message of James, I think he is so sharp and so straight and so practical in telling us about our tongue, about wisdom. What we all lack in life is wisdom. And God, and do you know, ancient people in Greece, they were hungry for wisdom. They
Yep.
searched it from Socrates, from one philosopher, another philosopher, and so on. And God told, I am wisdom. I am the source of it.
Okay.
So
All right.
I like to.
All right. So, do you have any books out? Do you have a website? Do you got any information you want to share with the audience so they can get back with you and take a look at what you're doing?
Yes, yes. If it's possible, maybe you can. To put a note under your podcast, I would like to provide a link for women or anybody else,
I'll do that.
even and men, for a free download of it's a playlist for
Okay.
5 minute workouts, just
Okay.
5 minutes. Then if you want to find like some recipes, some articles, you can go to my website and I will give you the link.
Okay.
And also Instagram. I think
Okay.
people are there.
Okay. You make sure I get all those links when I post this podcast up. I'll put all the links on the podcast so they can look you up and get some more good, healthy advice.
Yes. And then, Michael, to all of us, I want to remind at the end, God told us in the 2 Timothy 1:7 that he gave us not the spirit of timidity and fear, but he gave us the spirit of love and self-discipline or self-control.
Okay.
So God gave us the tool how to direct ourselves.
Right.
I like what one preacher told me recently. Natalie, there is no autofocus in life. It's not
Right.
like camera. We are responsible for our focus, where
True.
we direct our energy. And I
True.
think it's wonderful. This is why we need self-discipline. It will to direct us.
That's true. That is 100% true. Because whatever you're thinking about is what you're going to run after.
Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. Well, Natalie, you have been a blessing to Clergy Talk Podcast. You have taught me some things, and now I'm going to start eating the right food because I know better.
Yes, please. Do you know, I during this time I prayed God, Lord, please help more Christians to take care about their health, because we need Christians on the earth. Who will pray if not them? Who will pray about politicians? Who will pray about presidents or pandemic if not them?
Exactly.
So please take care about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely need to start our life out with prayer, and our journeys need to start with prayer. When we take on new activities, we need to start it with prayer. So everything's based around prayer. And, I forgot all about praying and asking God to help me eat the right food. I also busy praying for everything else that I wasn't thinking about, some of the basic needs that I need just to, survive and add, a longer life to my life by eating and having the right healthy lifestyle to promote longer life.
Yes, and like imagine all the food you eat will, if it's healthy, it will help you to have clear mind, good perspective, or it can be clogged with cholesterol. Do you really want it? No, you don't.
Right.
Have your mind for God. It belongs to him.
Well, so I need to get off the cholesterol, get off the sugar. I definitely need to get off the soft drinks.
Okay.
Okay, Natalie. Well, thank you very much for being on Clergy Talk Podcast. You send me those links. I'm going to post them up, and when I get this show done, I'll send you a copy of it. You have a blessed and wonderful year, and thank you very much for coming on my show.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye.